What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video let's talk about bringing in PayPal as a payment collection method for your customers inside your Flutter applications. Guys, first of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you who shared, liked and commented on my previous video wherein I showed how to collect payments from end users using your using Stripe as a payment collection method. So a lot of guys were asking me how to do the same with PayPal as well, and hence I decided to make this video. I would like to make one thing very clear: I am not sponsored by Braintree or PayPal in any way to make this video. I just tried out their product and it was great, so all the opinions expressed here are my own personal opinions. Okay, so yeah, let's get started guys. To bring in PayPal inside your Flutter applications, we'll be making use of this service called Braintree. Okay, they have given us a plugin called Flutter Braintree. Let's go ahead and install that. So I have a blank application here. I'll just make use of that. Flutter Braintree. Fine. And then let this get installed. Now you would need an account. In Braintree you need to create an account. They have something called Sandbox wherein you can use it completely for testing. Okay. So you can create either have a production account or you can have a Sandbox account where it looks similar to production account, which you can use completely for testing. Let's go ahead and log in into that. I have already created a Sandbox account, so I am logging in into it. If you don't have a Sandbox account, kindly create one. Okay, this is the screen that you would see as soon as you log in into your Braintree account. What you need to do is get the tokenization code. Okay. So tokenization code is nothing but it would look like a token, that's it. That's a unique token, that's it. So to get that, you just need to go here and then get into API. Now here there is a tokenization keys, right? Generate a new tokenization key and then they'll give you the key. Just copy that. This is what you'll be using inside your Flutter applications. Let's go ahead and write something inside our app. So we'll do exactly something similar to what we did previously. We'll just have one button and then tapping on that button, you will be charging the end user like about $10. Okay, that's it. So elevated button, child text pay, and then on pressed. This will be a asynchronous function where request equals, we will create a Braintree drop-in request. There are like two particular things guys. One is the drop-in UI that Braintree provides themselves. Okay, you can just make use of that and it will appear inside either your website or mobile application by default. You don't need to customize any of that inside that. I'll show you an example in a minute. Okay, you'll just see a UI wherein you can enter your credit card or go through your PayPal details. But there's another thing called hosted fields. Hosted fields is nothing but you can customize the UI and create it as per your brand requirement. The merchant will have brand requirement, right? Say for instance there is a shop that is selling shoes. Okay, so their shopping cart and their checkout page will be of a particular style and design that they are following as a theme throughout their application. So they might want their checkout page to be designed in that same theme throughout the app, right? They would want the theme to be maintained in the checkout page as well. In that case, you would need to customize the UI. That's where the hosted fields comes in. Whereas drop-in UI is something you can just drop in and then it'll take care. You'll see that in a minute. Just wait. We'll just make use of the drop-in. Braintree drop in request and here we need to give the tokenization key that we copied just now. I'll just paste it and collect device data. This I'll give it as true, and PayPal, I'm going to be making use of PayPal here, so I'll just give PayPal request. PayPal request. Here you need to again give Braintree and just give the amount here, amount just collect $10. And display name some merchant. I'll just use my name. Okay, I'm going to be collecting the $10. That's it. Now you can also pay through cards. So what I'll do is I'll just give cards enabled, and this is a request that we have created. Now this is the request that you need to make, and if the result is successful, it will give you a nonce. Braintree drop in result. Braintree drop in result equals await Braintree drop in dot start request. So this is how you make that request. Once the request is made, you will get the result. So if result not equals null, this is where you will get a nonce. Result dot payment nonce, something like that. Payment method nonce, I think. Yeah, payment method nonce dot description print result dot payment method nonce. I'll also show you the nonce. Okay. That's it. This is all you need to make a request. This is a dummy request, guys. A completely dummy request that we'll be making use of, making to the Sandbox account. As you can see here inside Sandbox, they would have written. Just get into processing. Okay, there are like different options here, right? Get into process. If for those of you who don't know how to get to this, just click the gear icon here. If you tap on API, click on API, it will take you to this keys page. Same way, if you click on processing, it will take you to this page. Ensure that PayPal is enabled. PayPal will be enabled by default. Even if you don't link your Sandbox, this link Sandbox is nothing but if you have a developer account in PayPal, they will give you a Sandbox as well, Sandbox account for testing as well. And you can link that directly here to see if that account is getting connected along with your Braintree SDK inside your Flutter applications. Now, even if you didn't connect the Sandbox, a mocked PayPal flow is always enabled. So first we will see how that mocked PayPal flow looks and whether we are able to get a payment nonce. What's this payment nonce? I'll explain it in a minute. Let's see how this looks on our mobile device first. Alright, now we have our app running inside our device, right? First of all, I made a few changes, guys. I'll let you know so that in case someone is following this exact video, you need to make some changes here. For instance, you need to add this one line here and this line, these two lines. Otherwise, you will get an error. As well as you need to add this activity, this com.braintreepayments.api, that browser activity as well you need to add. Okay, these changes you need to make, otherwise you will get an error, guys. Now we have our app running inside our device. Let's just tap on pay and see what happens. When I tap on pay, this $10 should be requested with the display name Rajavan, and there should be an option to like either pay through PayPal or through credit card. And once if the payment is successful, we should be able to see the nonce. So let's just tap on pay. You can see this, right? This is the drop-in UI that I was talking about. Now the default, the Braintree payment plugin comes with this drop-in UI. You can either pay through your credit or debit card. Now you know that I didn't make any changes to bring this, write any code to bring this bottom model sheet. It came up automatically as soon as I tapped on pay. Let me just tap on PayPal, show you what happens. Mock Sandbox purchase flow. You can see that this is entirely a mocked Sandbox purchase flow, and you can see that that's a $10 purchase at the top. You can see that, right? I'll just proceed. That's it. I get the description contains the person who actually used an email to make the purchase, and this has the nonce. This is the nonce. So what is this nonce? Exactly what is this payment nonce? So this payment nonce is nothing but a one-time information which you can pass to the server. This information will contain not only the details about the payment, the description of the transaction that just happened, it also contains the payment type information, saved payment information, and all that. All that can be identified using this nonce. So what is this saved payment type information? Sometimes in Amazon or any other e-commerce merchant site, you can like save your payment information, save your card or save your account, and the next time you make a purchase in that particular site, it will automatically suggest you to use your previously saved card or previously saved account. I guess most of the viewers here would have either made a you would have made an online purchase at least once in your lifetime. Sometimes it would say that you could make use of your previously used card or previously saved card to make this purchase. So such type of information will be available in this nonce as well. So the nonce contains a lot of such payment related information. Okay, so now what do we do with this nonce? We just send it to the server to make this payment. So before now if we send it to the server, we wouldn't know whether the payment is made or not because you're using a sandbox. So before doing that, let's just go ahead and link our actual. I'll also show linking our actual PayPal sandbox account here to do some proper testing. Once again, I already have a PayPal developer account which I can like make use of here. I have a sandbox test accounts. Here you just need to go to my apps and credentials, and they will give you a client ID and a client secret. I'll make use of this app. Okay, when I tap on this, it will show a client ID and client secret. I can just make use of that. So I'll go here, link my sandbox. I'll get those details, guys. Just a minute. Right, now I have added these details, and then I'll just link PayPal sandbox. Now it's linked, right? You can see options, which means that a PayPal sandbox account has been linked. Now we need an actual account to do some testing. So I'll just make use of this rajayogan2@test.com. I'll make use of that account. I created that long back. Let me just make use of that. So now if I go back here to my app, clear this out, I have an actual PayPal sandbox account linked to my Braintree SDK, right? Braintree sandbox account. So if I make a purchase now, it shouldn't mock the default Braintree PayPal mock flow. It should rather use my PayPal sandbox account. Let's try tapping on pay and see what happens. Again, I get this particular drop in UI, right? Let me just tap on PayPal. That's it, guys. You can see that my test account is loaded up, right? I mean, the PayPal is loaded up and I need to sign. It's asking me to sign in. I already have signed in using my test account, so I'll just click on login, enter the details of my test account. This test account is once again from my PayPal sandbox test account. Okay. Cool. You can see that I can either pay with my balance or all these accounts. I can even use PayPal credit. This is just my sandbox test account. I'll just click on continue to see what happens. Wow, you see this, right? rajayogan2@test.com. This is the description and the nonce is this one, right? So this payment method nonce contains these two data. So what exactly are we going to do with this? Let's just set up a simple server, a very simple server that will take this nonce and then make the actual payment for us, make the actual transaction, the sale for us. Okay, we need to collect that $10 from the user so that the merchant can get the $10 from us, right? We can deduct our fees and give that $10 to the user, to the merchant. Otherwise, how is the merchant going to receive the money for his particular product that he just sold to a customer? We are just acting as a link, right? So let's see how to make use of this nonce. For that, what I'll do is I'll create a let this be there. Fine. I just have a directory, empty directory. I'll just initialize Firebase inside that. Fine. This is done. Let's just cd functions and then npm install Braintree save. This will install Braintree for us. these three information, merchant ID, public key and private key, you need to take it from your test account, the Sandbox account inside Braintree, guys. This will be available under API as well. This is the merchant ID, and for public key and private key, wait, I'll show you. You can see this, right? Public key and private key. If you click on view, they'll give you a key. You can just take that and use it. That's it. Let me just use this. And for private key, you need to view here and then paste it here. That's it. Now this is the configuration, the gateway configuration that we'll be using. Next thing we'll do is exports.payment equals functions dot https dot on request. I'm just using this style. That's it. They have given an example here, right? I'm just using that. This will be an asynchronous function, async request response. Const nonce from the client equals request.body.payment method nonce, and const device data equals request.body.device data. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll make the actual transaction sale, gateway dot transaction dot sale amount. This will be 10. Payment method nonce. This will be the payment nonce from the client, and device data obviously will be device data, and options submit for settlement. This will be true. In an actual production app, you won't be writing like this, guys. Here you will be actually returning something from this result. Okay. Now since this is just a test box, I am just returning success if the payment is successful. But in your production app, you should probably return something from the result so that you can say what's the error message, or if you can see what's the actual response returned from the sale, from creating this sale. Okay. Save this. That's it, guys. That's all you need. This nonce from client you will get from your mobile application. So you need to go here. So you need to go here and then write some code for this. Before that, let's go ahead and install the HTTP library. HTTP. Okay. This URL is nothing but the one that we'll get from our Firebase after deploying that cloud function. I haven't yet deployed that, but it will look something like this. Let's go ahead and make use of that URL first and write some code, and then I'll show you. You guys understand what's happening, right? Here I am simply making a HTTP post request to that particular URL, and I am passing in the parameters by payment method nonce and device data. These are nothing but the ones here. Okay, so I'll be making use of this body payment method nonce here and this device data here from the request body parameters, and then making this sale. So that's why I have written it here, passing this along with the URL here. You guys understand this, right? Once you get the after the Braintree result, after the Braintree request, PayPal request is made, it will create a nonce, guys, and that nonce you are trying to pass into your server. Okay, you have a server running, a simple server running, that will like make that sale for you, and you are passing in that nonce and the device data into that particular URL in which the server is running, and that server, what it's doing is getting that nonce and that device data and then making that sale for you. That's it. Very plain and simple, right? That's very simple. That's it. So let's go ahead and deploy this first and then talk about it. Firebase deploy on the functions. Now that's one thing I'll tell you guys. This nonce won't work, guys. This is just how you do it in a production environment. What you need to do here, just to fake it, is just give fake PayPal one time nonce. Okay, this I am just giving it because we are using a Sandbox account. In an actual account, you need to use this nonce from client. Okay, let's redeploy this again. All right. Now as you can see here, it has been deployed, and let's just confirm one. Well, as you can see here, it's here as well, right? We have this URL which we already have included inside our mobile application. Let's just restart this application. Fine. Now let's just try making one more payment. This time the payment function would be called, the server function would be called, and we should be able to see that actual payment getting reflected. So let's just make a payment. Oh, sorry, we need to like fully restart. Fine. Now let's just tap on pay and see what happens. Okay, we get a drop in UI, and we'll just select PayPal. Login. Finish this payment smoothly. Click on continue. Fine. Now we get raju12@test.com, payment done, which means that our URL was successfully invoked and it returned this result success. You remember, right? We had some code that will return success whenever the operation was successfully done. This one. So it returned success from here, and hence we were able to see this message. Now let's go to our browser and see if this particular payment has been processed here. So I'll just get into transactions. There will be a ton of stuff here. Just click on search. Ours would be the only transaction, right? Only one, or there is some other transaction that I checked yesterday, probably that won't be there. So yeah, this is the one that I did today, guys. As you can see here, you can see this, right? ID. I'll just click on it. And now this, you might wonder why this is declined. This is because this was not they contacted PayPal and this was declined because that was a Sandbox account, that was a test account, so there's no real money involved, so it is declined. But in original terms, this is how you collect a transaction, right? So yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys. Now, as you know, we have like used PayPal as a payment gateway inside our Flutter applications, through which users can pay for their purchases. Assume that there is something that the user purchased that was $10, and when he paid, when he tapped on the pay button, it automatically brought up the PayPal option for that guy, and then like PayPal option for that guy, and then he was able to like successfully pay using his PayPal account, and that PayPal account payment is getting reflected here. The only reason it was declined was because it was a Sandbox account that I was using for testing. If I had used the original account, if I had used a production account, it would have gone through successfully, provided there was enough balance in my PayPal account, right? So yeah, you can even see the unsuccessful account. There is only one here, right? 12th April, that is today. So yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys today. Hope this helped you guys. If you found this helpful in some way, kindly share it with someone and let them too. If you like this video, kindly hit the like button, guys. If you like what I'm doing on this channel and you would like to watch more cool stuff, kindly hit the subscribe button. If you would like to watch any other payment gateways, integration of any other payment gateways, you can even do Venmo, 3D secure payments and all that within using Braintree itself. Braintree, this whole SDK is an amazing product, guys. Honestly, this whole thing is an amazing product, and there's a lot of stuff you can do by bringing that inside Flutter. So yeah, guys, if you kindly hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, it's free, right? So just subscribe to my channel to watch more awesome stuff like this. And if you would like anything regarding this payment stuff covered for in the future as well, regarding other payment gateways, kindly let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try to make a video for you guys. So yeah, thanks guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.